In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best center cards right now in NBA 2K23 My Team. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below what centers you guys currently running on your squad, and let me know what you guys would change about my top 10. But coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the Galaxy Opal Sabonis card. I do think a lot of people like him a lot more than I do. For me personally, it just comes down to his jump shot because we know he's going to be super tall, 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. He's got a great player model in game. His speed could be a little bit higher, but I don't think that's really the main issue. The speed does play somewhat of a factor, but for me personally, the biggest thing about Sabonis, the reason why I have him at the number 10 spot, not higher, just mainly comes down to his jump shot. I find it super slow and really hard to agree with. Still is a great defender. He can pass the ball really well, and he can knock down threes. He's got a high enough three ball, obviously, with a 94 three ball. He's got really good Hall of Fame shooting badges. Just for me personally, I don't like his jump shot, but if you guys like his release and can agree with it, I've always said Sabonis is a way better card than I always rank him. It's just for me personally, I don't like his jump shot. That's why at number 9, I have a card like Dark Matter Mitchell Robinson over Sabonis, because I actually feel like I can green more consistently with a card like Mitchell Robinson. Maybe that's not what most people would agree with. I think a lot of people prefer Sabonis' jump shot, and that's where it just comes down to preference. But the thing about Mitchell Robinson, even if you don't like his jump shot more than Sabonis's, he's going to be a lot more athletic. He's so much faster with 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 98 vertical, 98 strength. He's got amazing defense in game. Like, he's going to be a way better defender, way faster than a card like Sabonis. Yes, Sabonis for some people might have a better jump shot, but I think all around the better center card is going to be this Dark Matter playoff Mitchell Robinson. For me personally, especially because of the jump shot being a lot better than Sabonis's, and he also does have every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game. So if you're looking for a really good defensive center, he's 7'1" with a 7'2" wingspan, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge in the game, and pretty much perfect defensive stats. So Mitchell Robinson going to be a defensive monster at the center position. At the number 8 spot is going to be the Pink Diamond Peter Gumminson card. He's a 7'2" center with a 7'10" wingspan, and he just brings great size to the center position, also weighing 260 pounds. Yes, he might not have the athleticism stats of a card like a Mitchell Robinson. He might not have the defensive stats, but I think he's got great size, and I do like his jump shot a lot more than Mitchell Robinson's. You know, with the Malachi Flynn base and the Lauri Markkanen upper on very quick timing, I feel like it's such an easy jump shot to green in the catch and shoot that I think that's kind of what separates him. Not by a ton, because I don't think, you know, these three centers are really separated by too much. Like, I think Sabonis, Peter, Mitchell Robinson, all very close at the center position. But the thing that really separates Peter from Mitchell Robinson and Sabonis, at least in my opinion, just comes down to his jump shot being a lot quicker and a lot easier to green, at least for me personally. And I do think he's the 8th best center card in the game. At the number 7 spot, I think these next 7 centers, or these next couple ones, really do take a step up from the Peters, the Sabonis, the Mitchell Robinsons. Not to say that those guys are bad centers. They're some of the best center cards in the game and can be super elite in the right hands. I just think for me personally, Brook Lopez at number 7 is going to be a pretty decent step up because of his size, 7'1" at the center position, 7'5" wingspan. But once again, the biggest difference is his jump shot. He's got such a good release with the B Elitesa base, the Brook Lopez upper on very quick timing. I would say the best way to describe Brook Lopez, comparing him to other center cards, is you take Peter's jump shot, right? I think his jump shot is similar to a card like Brook Lopez's for how good of a jump shot it is. And then you also take like Mitchell Robinson's size and his defensive stats and badges. You put those two together and you get a card like Brook Lopez, who has a really good jump shot in the catch and shoot. He's got amazing defensive stats with a 97 block, 94 steal, 90 perimeter, 96 interior defense, and he's only missing a total of 6 defensive badges only on gold, you know, for 5 of them, and then just missing ankle braces. So an elite level defender in Brook Lopez, and also really good in the catch and shoot, that I do think he's the 7th best center in the game. At the number 6 spot, I do think Marc Gasol is slightly better than Brook Lopez. I think it's really close at the center position. It really comes down to preference and play style. For me, Marc Gasol, I just like his jump shot a tad bit more. He's also 7'1" with a 7'4" wingspan, very similar to a card like Brook Lopez. I will say Lopez definitely has the better player model. I like the fact that Marc Gasol feels a little bit quicker in game with a 90 speed, 90 acceleration, also having that 95 strength. Both are going to be elite level defensive centers. 92 block, 80 steal, 92 perimeter, 98 interior defense. He's got Hall of Fame anchor, box out beast, brick wall, interceptor, post lockdown, rebound chaser. But the main thing about Marc Gasol is I do like his jump shot a tad bit more than Brook Lopez. I think he's a little bit more mobile in game. He's got better dribble sigs. He's a little bit quicker, and I just feel like he's a little bit better with the ball in his hands. Where Marc Gasol is more of just like a spot up center. Set screens. He can fade to the 3-point line. He can knock down a ton of threes in the catch and shoot. But I think Marc Gasol, you can actually put the ball into his hands, and he can go get his, he can get it, go get his own, whether it's scoring the ball, whether it's playmaking. He's a great passer. Like, he's got really good pass accuracy at a 87. Brook Lopez, ball handle is a little bit lower at a 79 and only a 79 speed with ball, but very close centers. I just think Brook Lopez is slightly worse than a card like Marc Gasol. But at the number 5 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo. I think it's actually a way closer debate than most people would expect for a card like Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo compared to a Marc Gasol and a Brook Lopez. I think they're all very similar at the center position. Dikembe is going to be a tad bit taller, being 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan. I will say he's definitely the better defensive card between the two centers, between the three centers. 98 block, 98 interior defense, 90 perimeter, 88 steal. He's only missing one Hall of Fame defensive badge, and I also do think he's got a great jump shot, very similar to like a Brook Lopez's release. But I think all around Dikembe is just slightly better at blocking shots. He's a little bit quicker than a card like Brook Lopez, and also has just as good of a jump shot. So very close between Brook Lopez, Marc Gasol, and Dikembe Mutombo. But I do think Dikembe right now is the 5th best center in the game. At the number 4 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Kristaps Porzingis, because he's 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, and we know Kristaps is still going to be one of the better offensive center cards in the game with a 95 3 ball, 93 mid-range, tons and tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges like Agent 3, Amped, Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Corner Specialist, Deadeye, Green Machine, Guard Up, Limitless Range. Like, to have that many Hall of Fame shooting badges on your center card can be super helpful, and then also does have a great jump shot with the KP base and the KP upper on very quick timing. I think is a super quick jump shot for a center card, and also very easy to time in that pick and pop. So a really good pick and pop 3-point shooter. He's got the size to play the 5. I do think his height does make a huge difference, being 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan. That I think all around is the 4th best center in the game. But at the number 3 spot and 2 spot is going to be the 2 Yao Ming cards. I got Opal Yao Ming at number 3 and the Dark Matter Yao Ming at number 2. Very similar cards because it's still Yao Ming. He's 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan. If I quickly go to compare the two cards, the only main difference is, yeah, the stats are a little bit better, mainly the 3 ball being plus 14 for the Dark Matter hero. But I would say the biggest difference probably is his jump shot being on very quick timing compared to quick. His release feels a little bit faster in game, and he also does have way better dribble sigs. Even though you're not going to be moving with Yao Ming really well, at least he can actually, take somebody off the dribble, and he's a lot better at moving with the ball in his hands, which I think does play a part of it. And then also the badges are a pretty big difference. Going from 15 Hall of Fame badges all the way up to 40 is a huge difference, and that's why I do think obviously the hero one is going to be slightly better than the Galaxy Opal. But I do think both deserve to be in this top 5, top 3 centers in the game. The Opal Yao Ming at number 3 and the Dark Matter Yao Ming at the number 2 spot. But in my opinion, the best card in the game, the best center card, is going to be the Dark Matter Manute Bol, and I really don't see another center card coming out in the game for a while that will be better than Manute, because it's really hard to make a better card than Manute Bol. He's 7'7" with an 8'5" wingspan, one of the best player models in the game. We know he's going to be one of the best paint defenders. He just covers so much ground. They gave him 40 Hall of Fame badges. He's got tons and tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges. It might only say 83 speed, 83 acceleration, but man, does this card ever move so fast in game. If you guys have been unlucky enough to play against a Dark Matter Manute Bol, you'll just know how overpowered and glitchy this card is, that I do think he's easily the best center in my team. Even though Yao Ming's a really good number 2, one of the best cards in the game, but I do think the Dark Matter Hero Lock and Manute Bol is the best center right now in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 center cards, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.